I made an appointment with CAPS, an emergency appointment, and I met with Brett, and I was hospitalized that day, and it saved my life.
I go to class from 8 until 5, and then I have to come home and immediately start studying.
I take my medicine in the morning. Usually, when I get up, I have it on my bedside table so that whenever I grab my phone to check in the morning, grab my medication and go ahead and take it.
The hardest part is to tell yourself not to um, give up easily, because when you have a lot of things that's waiting on you, and you can lose the confidence in yourself and your patience.
There was a time, yeah, when I was sleeping a lot and just laying in bed. And
The hardest part is to uh, adapt to the new environment in which you are not speaking a language you are familiar with, or you are not living in an environment you are familiar with.
So, my depression varies on how it feels sometimes. Sometimes it can be to the point that the very overwhelming sense of like sadness and anger and all the negative emotions you have in yourself, or it could just be you're on autopilot and you feel like a zombie, you just feel like you don't have emotions.
The whole reason I started talking to my family and stuff about it is because it was affecting my life so much that it got to the point where I was not eating hardly ever and, starting to lose weight from it. And just, it was really hard to motivate myself to get up and go to class and do homework and stuff like that. And it wasn't just laziness. Like, a lot of people are like, oh, you're just lazy. But no, like, there was legit no energy to do these things that I know I needed to do.
So a lot of times, if I don't go to my friend, I do horrible things to myself. The worst time, I cut myself on the wrist. But have stopped doing that after I talk to my friends and they give me some suggestions.
So I realized that my mental health was not doing so well. My first semester here at Mercer, it was a pretty hard adjustment. You're going from having a lot of friends to having to start all over again. Yeah, and once I couldn't sleep, then I couldn't go to my classes in the morning, and so I would miss a lot of class. And it just like all became so much that I started to think of suicide. I started to think that that was a solution.
And so I talked to my RA, and she suggested going to CAPS. And while talk therapy can definitely be beneficial to a lot of people, it just wasn't quite the right fit for me.
I was actually reading like a couple nights ago about suicide rates in medical school students and how like much of an issue that is for that particular group of students, and it was like kind of horrifying that it's something that goes so unaddressed for so long.
I don't think depression and anxiety affect my learning that much, because all the work and study is part of the source of my stress and anxiety. They are also my escape from focusing on that sentiment. I work to distract myself.
I've been to so many Nesme first meetings. Every time I look at those guys and girls, I'm just like, this isn't me. I'm not passing my classes. I'm not involved. I don't have connections like them. And the crazy thing is, I know that that's exactly what that organization is for. I feel like I need to be the part to play the part.
when I'm in a depressive state, I just don't want to do anything, even things that normally bring me happiness and joy. I just kind of lay in bed all day, and I
will feel sad. I will feel like I need to cry. But physically, nothing's going on. I've been kind of like drained of that, you know? Anytime I feel the need to cry, it makes me mad because I can't cry.
Like, the most important thing I learned in therapy was that all these problems that I had in my head that I had made up, or that I was experiencing, that these were all temporary problems.
You have all the right to go get help with whatever you need. Nobody should judge you for having any kind of mental illness, because everybody has their own demons we have to face.